I suppose you want to know who I am.
Yes.
I'm Franka Dzeaye Suinyuy. Franka is okay. And I'm a missionary sister of the Holy Rosary. I work in the Archdiocese of Pretoria as a coordinator for charity, works of charity, Caritas Pretoria. And I wish to thank you for the opportunity you have given me to share on this topic, social responsibility in the church. By the way, I was coming here thinking I won't see anybody that I know, but I have seen some of my parishioners, which is also making me to feel at home. So thank you. Just to go straight to the presentation, you gave me 45 minutes, and I wouldn't want to go beyond that. And as we know, it's a topic that is very rich, that we can take a whole day to talk about it. Very important in the church. We are talking about social responsibility. And before I begin to say that, just a short story. For us that we do works of charity, reaching out to the poor and vulnerable in the community, we meet many people in the community, which is part of this social responsibility as a church. There is a man, or as we all move around, we see people that are suffering, that are poor. This particular child was living in an uncompleted building. That shows that the child, first of all, is homeless. And this child was crying, meaning that the child hasn't eaten. There is hunger. And a man passed, looking at the child, homeless, crying because of there is no food. He thought of it, I'm not able to help this particular child. Many people also pass, as we usually do. We see those that are begging in the streets, children crying and all that, and sometimes we feel we cannot help. And so many people passed. They think the responsibility is too much for them. But this particular old lady, on passing, looking at this child, felt pity for the child. Went back, she didn't have enough. She didn't have much. But what she did, she brought a bread and a tea, a cup of tea, and gave that boy to eat, to have kind of breakfast. Another person passed and said, do you think this can solve the situation? But the woman responded, I'm not able to change the world, but I've changed the world of this boy for today. And that is really what we are called upon to do. That is what we are talking about, social responsibility in the church. We may feel we are not able to do, but the little we do speaks a lot. It does a lot. So social responsibility, what is it? It means recognizing that our faith must lead us to care for others and improve on society. It's living the gospel publicly, faith made visible in the world around us. This aspect of social responsibility in the church, it's very important, but it's often at times neglected. When we are looking at the church's 3 essential missions, we are saying proclaiming the word, evangelization. Yes, we are passionate, we are doing that very beautifully. We are celebrating the sacrament, the Eucharist, we go to the church. We sing, as we sing beautifully, we dance, and we praise God. But we forget about charity, serving with love, serving from the heart. I often say that charity, we don't need to teach ourselves on how to show love. It is an inbuilt thing. It's something that is it's in our heart, that we need to nurture that and to express that. We don't need to teach anyone on how to show love. I don't think anybody here can say, I've never done charity. Even the worst enemy on earth has his or her own way of doing charity. Yes, we need to nurture that aspect of mission in the church. If we as CWA, we pray beautifully, but ignore the suffering outside the church gates, then our mission is incomplete. We can't be saying that we are going and praying and dancing and praising God, but we are forgetting this aspect of charity, of this social responsibility in the church. We can't talk about social responsibility without talking about the CSTs. I'm not talking about curriculum studies and teaching for those that are doing education and all what. CST means here is the Catholic social teaching. We can't talk about social responsibility without talking about these guidelines, talking about these principles. What will guide us in order to respond to the call, to the sufferings of the community? The preferential option of the poor. That's the first Catholic social teaching, the first principle, the guidelines, what is guiding us as a church to do charity in an organized way. Pope Benedict says, if we must do charity, we must do it in an organized way. We may think charity is very easy. I used to think it's easy. It's only when I was working in the Archdiocese with Caritas before I know you can't just get up and do charity. Yeah, you must organize, and most especially as an organization or as a sodality, we must organize ourselves in order to do charity, meeting the needs, the real needs. We are saying the real needs of the people in the community. We can't just get up and say we gather things, gather clothes, and go to the community. We will see that on needs assessment. So the church must stand first with the poor, not because the poor are better, but because God is especially close to them. We place those who are most in need at the center of our decision, resources, and actions. When we are thinking about our mission as CWA, what we are going to do as the church, do we think about the poor? Do we think about the vulnerable? Do we think about those that are sick? Do we think about the elderly in the community? Do we think about the women that are going through GBV? Do we think about them? That is what we are talking about, social responsibility. That is what we are talking about, the first principle, option for the poor. Let's think about them. As we are putting our scale of preferences, let's put them the first. Dignity of the human person. Every person is created in the image of God, image and likeness of God. The poor, the unemployed, the youth, the abused, the migrant, the elderly, the physically challenged, sometimes, most particularly this physically challenged, sometimes they are relegated aside. As CWA, can take it upon ourselves. If we are doing charity, can we think of these physically challenged persons that are always kept aside? It's like they hide them. Families that have this kind of people, they don't want even the society to see them. How can we take it up as our own social responsibility? Exact slide, please. Solidarity. We are one human family. When one suffers, we all suffer. We cannot say that the problem is not mine. Sometimes we do that alone. Even in our group, even in our society, even in our association. When somebody is suffering, we say, that does not concern me. I don't have time. Yes. It is important as a sodality that when we are reaching out, when we are doing works of charity, let's go out of our comfort zones. Yeah, we will not, sometimes it's easy, as I often say, it's easy just to gather things, maybe go to an old age home or to an orphanage, but there are people in the communities, in our parishes, who are very poor that we need to go to them, to even listen to them, to speak with them. Sometimes they are just there, they just need somebody to talk to. That food may not be a need for them at that particular time. The clothes may not be a need for them at that particular time. How can we create time just to go and listen? That listening, it's healing. Sometimes it's healing, it heals. Charity as care of for creation. In Laudato Si, Pope Francis reminds us that care for the earth is also care for the poor. The earth is God's gift. Christians must protect the environment and avoid waste. Sometimes we take this for granted. In our community, everywhere is littered. We are driving, we are seeing all these workers that are cleaning the streets and all that. We are fond of just eating and throwing. Is that care of the earth? We are not caring for the earth. And that is charity. For you to see that it's a work of somebody that we claim, we may be thinking that person is a poor person. No, let me throw it so that the person should do the work. Sometimes we say that. We are not helping. How can we, as a group of people, as solidarity, how can we help one another? How can we help the poor to see into it that they live that life of dignity, that dignified life? Charity as identity. Pope Benedict says the church cannot neglect the service of charity any more than she can neglect the sacraments and the word. As I'm saying, sometimes we forget about works of charity. Maybe in a year, I'm talking out of experience too, some sodalities, they may just take it upon themselves. We have gone and visited an old age home. That is an activity for a whole year. Are you counting the blessings that God has done for you? If you look at the things that God has done for you, is that enough? Is that enough charity that you can say you can do to the community, or you can do to the poor or the vulnerable in your community? Those are the Catholic social teachings that as a group, when we are carrying out works of charity, when we are doing this social responsibility, these are guidelines, these are things that will guide us in order to do the work in an effective and influential way. From charity to transformation. We are saying that Christianity, or as CWA members, is not all about praying. It's about service too, and it's about transforming the society with love. You are not transforming, you are not doing that work grudgingly. You are doing it from the heart. And we have 3 levels of social responsibility. Sometimes we dwell on this first level as a church, as a sodality, as groups, even us too sometimes as Caritas in the Archdiocese. We dwell on this first level, which is relief. We only think about food parcels, clothing, helping the sick, homeless. It is very important. It's very good. But let's ask ourselves, are we transforming the world? Are we transforming the community? Yeah, let's be able to leave this first step and go to the second and the third. The development, skills training, support groups of abused women, mentorship for young girls, income generating projects. We are talking about empowerment. When we just started re-establishing the Caritas office in the Archdiocese of Pretoria, we realized also that we are dwelling a lot in just food drive, clothing. But how can we help these people to help themselves? How can we help them to be responsible? How can we help them to be self-sustainable? Sometimes, yeah, I say poverty is not easy. I will always say that it strips the poor of their dignity. It's not easy to come to your doorsteps to say, please, I need this. Please, I need that each and every day. I want food. I want clothes. It is not easy. When I think of how they do to beg, even sometimes I don't listen to the stories because stories come with a lot of lies, lies tellings. But you don't need to hear, or it's because they need it that they want to package the story for you to give. We need to look beyond that. I'm talking about empowerment. We are working with some women, migrants and refugees, women. Sometimes we thought, every day they come to our doorsteps, to our office, they want food, they want it to go with the child to the hospital, and sometimes we don't have the resources. Now we thought, how can we help them? How can we empower them? Then we started some small works, maybe soap making, liquid soap, how to do knitting, how to do beads and all that. And sometimes you see that it's even healing, it's therapeutic. When they are working, they even forget about the pains, because they have a lot of pains that they have gone through. They forget about that. Whereas, if you just allow them, they are coming every day, every Mondays, Tuesdays, to ask for food, you are not helping them somehow. Yes, we are saying that, yes, the first step, that relief, it's important. But let's also think of how we can go forward. Even if it is one person that we have empowered. They always say if you empower a woman, you have empowered the whole nation. I don't know whether it's true or it's false. Maybe sometimes you empower men too, you can empower the whole nation. Yeah, let's see how we can empower them. As we give them, you teach them how to fish too. Not all the time you are giving them fish. Teach them. It is very necessary, it's very important, no matter how little it is. Mother Teresa says, even if it is one person that you have helped, and helped, really helped, it's enough. It's not about the number of people that you do the charity, but is that charity real charity? Yeah, that's development, advocacy, speaking about against GBV, promoting ethical leadership, supporting policies that protect families. I suppose some of you here, the church is very rich. I often say that. If I'm asking your professionalism here, you will be marveled. Those that are working in different walks of life, if we use that as CWA to empower those that are in need, you'll be marveled how your community will be. Let's use those skills that God has given us to empower the world, to empower those that are in need. Yeah. These are the 3 levels of social responsibility. We shouldn't dwell only on food parcels, on clothes, and let's take a step forward. So as we are doing our plan as CWA, whether diocesan, parish, deanery, or interdiocesan as you have gathered here, let's think of how we can empower, how we can develop. Let's move from just food, clothing, and all that. That is social responsibility we are talking about. Ways of promoting social responsibility, support for the poor, food collection, clothing, I said it is very necessary. These are basic needs in the community. If you have gone a day without eating, you will know what those poor and vulnerable are going through. Caring for the sick and elderly, visiting hospital, home visit, and elderly parishioners. Sometimes you are, as I say, we coordinate works of charity in the Archdiocese. Also sodalities and all that, we look at their reports, but you are looking at the reports of some sodality, you realize that maybe it's that the work is, they don't know what to do, or there are a lot of things that are, activities that we can take it upon ourselves. When you look at the plan, it's like, as I say, works of charity, social responsibility is relegated aside. It's forgotten. We don't take it upon ourselves that let us hold this mission of the church, this aspect of the church, to see how we can build up, we can build a society through these activities. Supporting families, counseling support, helping single mothers. This one of the things that I've also really seen that is very necessary as social workers, or as an organization, is this thing of mental health. Yes. Many people are going through a lot. Yeah. You hear of suicidal actions. Many young people are committing suicide, gender-based violence. So many things are happening in the world that this thing of mental health is becoming so. We need to take it up. We are counselors here. Some of us are counselors. Some of us are psychologists, therapists. How can we just say it, okay, as CWA? If we have a counselor, we can just take it once in a month. We say it to the church. You can come. It's a when I came in, I was hearing about confidentiality. Yeah, we need that in the church. We need all these skills in the church because many people are going through a lot. Unless you have sat down to listen, you will not know that people are suffering. Suffering not because of food, not because of clothing. You see people that are maybe well-to-do, but they are in pain. They just need somebody to listen to. So I always say charity is not about the poor. Poverty is not about lack of clothing, lack of food and all what. There are people that need just that listening, that counseling, just somebody to talk to. How can we take it upon ourselves to say that is our own social responsibility to give that counseling to those that need it? Defending human dignity, advocacy, awareness, creation, supporting children and youth. That is an activity that we can take it on. As an office, we try, as schools are going on, we identify the needs of the children that need school materials, uniforms, school shoes, bags, and it may not be much, as I say, but let's see how we can support, how we can contribute. Collaboration and referrals. We can't work alone. As CWA, let us collaborate. Sometimes in the church, it's like we are competing. Yeah. We can't be competing as far as works of charity is concerned. And that's why in the Archdiocese, we are saying that works of charity is collaboratively. We collaborate. We work we work together, because as CWA we can't solve all the problems in the society. And sometimes maybe if we are not collaborating, we realize that we are duplicating works. We are duplicating works of charity. We take, for instance, okay, St. Anne is going to this particular old age home. If we don't know what St. Anne has done, the same CWA will go there. But there are so many people in the community, in the streets, that we need to help. So that collaboration is very necessary. Let's see how we should work together. We are not here to see who is doing best, who is not doing best. What God is looking at is, have we been able to reach out to the poor? I was hungry, you gave me food to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me water to drink. I was homeless, you clothed me. As CWA, St. Anne, and we can even join together, build a shelter. Build a shelter that homeless people can come and stay there. That's what is happening in other areas, in other countries. Yes, let's see how we can collaborate. We are not there to compete with any other sodality. The social realities of South Africa. South Africa, our dioceses, our communities, our parishes. There is extreme poverty. There is hunger. People go a day without eating. That I have seen. But sometimes when we are not in touch, we will not know, because we have closed our eyes. The theme of a World Day of the Poor in 2023 or 2024, Pope Francis says, as a church, as Christians, let us not close our eyes to those that are poor. Sometimes we close our eyes, we really shut them. We don't only reach out, we instead, maybe we even take it from them. It is often said, if you have your closet with dresses and shoes and that you have not worn for a month or 3 months, you are stealing from the poor. Even if you are the one that has bought it, you are stealing from, you are robbing the poor. That cloth is meant for somebody in the street. It's meant for somebody in the shelter that you need to remove and go and do charity. If we look at our closet, if we look at what we have, I'm talking to myself too. Yes, it happens. Let's be able to reach out. There is hunger, there's gender-based violence, substance abuse, family break, corruption. Now, the question we are asking ourselves, what is the church doing? And even more directly, what are we as CWA? What are we doing? Do we ask ourselves that when we come for our meetings, for our gatherings as we have gathered, what are we doing as CWA as far as social works is concerned, as far as social responsibility, this important mission in the church is concerned? Let's always ask ourselves that. And that will help us to know what we have done and what we need to do. Practical framework. I like this particular framework. It works for every walks of life, every sodality, every group, every NGO. It works better. You see, you judge, you act, you evaluate. Seeing here, we are asking, what is the real need in your parish, in your community, in your diocese? As CWA, we need to ask, what is the real need? We need to do needs assessment. I always say, charity is not easy to do. If you find charity very easy to do, you are not doing that charity. It is not easy. You crack your head. Needs assessment is very important. And that needs assessment, I will say, sometimes we say, we often hear this, a poor person has no choice. Who told you that? They have choices. Have you met situations where you are giving something to somebody and the person refuses? Yes, you are giving maybe food and the person says, no, I need 1 rand. I need 2 rands. Yes, they've got choices. And that's why we are saying that we need to uplift their dignity. Because they are poor, it doesn't mean you can just scrabble anything anywhere and go and dump to them. It pains me a lot when people have given things in the office and we are going through to see what they have given to the poor. Sometimes we go home sick. And you keep asking yourself, do we really know what we are doing? I'm talking about needs assessment. That's one thing that we do. We don't take it for granted. Before we go to a community, before we reach out, before we do charity, we do needs assessment. We want to go and see, to be in touch with the people, to listen to the people, to listen to their needs. I may just gather things and go, but that's not their real needs. We go and ask them. If we are saying that we want to uplift the dignity of the poor, we give them what they will be happy. What they will be happy, and you will be going back as CWA, you will also be happy that you have done charity. Needs assessment. You ask them. You communicate with them. Communication, you don't necessarily need to ask, what do you need? In that time of communication, you will know that this person needs this, needs counseling, needs money to go to the hospital, needs food, needs a job. Yes, we need to do that needs assessment. It's very necessary. We don't need to dump. In economics, we say dumping. That Europe comes to dump to Africa. They are dumping what we may not need. Sometimes we do that. Because we need to do charity, we just get up, gather things and go. We need to do that needs assessment. Sometimes people come to give things that are expired or a week to expiry. And give. That is very dangerous. That we almost had a problem when, I don't know, we were reaching out to some migrants and refugees. They brought this particular, I don't know whether they were aware or also. They came to give us bread that was already expired. We didn't check, thinking it's bread, good, fresh bread. And when we were giving this bread to one of the lady, that lady saved us because we would have shared that bread to the whole people. When she took the bread, she checked the expiry date. Just to tell you, people check. When she checked the expiry date, she realized that the bread was expired. She didn't even remember that we were doing charity. She lashed it on us. She gave it out on us. She said she is going to report us to where. You realize this is Jesus was here. What will he do? What will he do? Let's sit together. Nobody has it all alone. Let's sit and dialogue. Let's sit and talk it out. How to go about this? We all have different wisdom. We have wisdom in different ways, ideas and all that. Let's listen to one another on how to go about. Despite the fact that I coordinate works of charity in the Archdiocese, we are in a team. I can't just get up and say, no, let's go to this place, let's do this, let's do that, without coming in the office and talking with our team members to say, okay, this day and day, this is the need. How are we going to go? What are the resources do we have to carry out those work? Social responsibility is not easy. Charity is not easy. For it to be real needs that we are meeting, we need to organize ourselves. We act. When we have seen, when we have judged, then we act. Design one clear project, not 10 small ones. One focused, sustainable project is enough. Sometimes we have a lot of things that we are doing, and at the end we do nothing. As CWA in our diocese, as a diocesan CWA, what particular project are we taking up upon ourselves that this is what we want to contribute to the church as far as social responsibility is concerned, as far as charity is concerned, as far as your mission is concerned? What are we doing as diocese or diocese to carry out works of charity, as CWA, as parish, as deanery? Let's have just one project that we are doing carrying out and carry out very well. We act and we evaluate. We can't just do things and leave it. Let's come back and ask ourselves, did we do well? Where did we go wrong? How did we do it? How can we improve this aspect? Yes, evaluation is very necessary in anything that we are carrying out. Collaborate with structures like Caritas through the Assistant Caritas Office. Do not work alone. I keep saying that. Let's not work alone. The works are the society is. There are a lot of things that we need to do, that we need to work in collaboration. CWA, let's collaborate with Caritas, St. Vincent de Paul, Youth, Interdiocesan CWA. You can have a project as an interdiocesan CWA. You can have one project that you are carrying out. CWL, sometimes some parishes, when we are going to establish Caritas, or we want to work together, they say, no, this is St. Vincent de Paul. We want to do it as St. Vincent de Paul. Remember, you are doing charity, you are doing Caritas. Caritas means charity. It's the Latin word for charity. So anything you are doing as far as social responsibility is concerned, it is charity. In such a way that if Caritas should come to you, let's work together, you should be able to work together. Let's collaborate. In that way, we will reach out to more people in the community. The unique role of Caritas, of Catholic women. Women have always been at the heart of the church. That is very true. So let's build this up. Women, we have power. The church without women is dead. You go to the church, am I lying, Father? You go to the church, if you are doing the census as we are always counting, and majority are women. And we need to take that title and work for the church. We need to tap ourselves. Sometimes maybe we are comparing with the men. No, we shouldn't compare. We shouldn't compare. We should be able to defend our title as women. At the cross, women were present. You all know I don't need to be explaining that. At the tomb, women were the first witnesses of the resurrection. How can we do that? In families, women shape the faith. Women are always, they are very sensitive as far, they see suffering easily. We are so sensitive. Anything is happening, we become so emotional, so sensitive. We want to act. Let's build that quality. Women respond with compassion naturally. Women build community instinctively. That's just our nature. And let's see how we can fan into flame that quality, those qualities. CWA is not a decoration in the parish. It is a force for transformation. It is a force for transformation. Let's be able to transform the community, the society. When we say CWA, sometimes we don't see CWA in the parish or in the church or in the diocese. How can we feel CWA as far as social works is concerned? And we may be feeling you for other aspects. But let's be able, let the church feel you as far as works of charity is concerned. You are leaders. You influence families, parish decisions, and community culture. If CWA embraces social responsibility, seriously, dioceses will change. Parishes will change. Deaneries will change. If we should take up this responsibility, who we are, and act, we'll be able to change, we'll be able to transform the society. When we are carrying out these works, we can't do that without challenges. Challenges will always come. But any works, in the, any activity without challenge, maybe the thing is not going on well. Yes, we will face difficulties. Sometimes the resources are not there. Lack of funds is always the first thing that we will say. They are not resources. We also face that as far as Caritas charity. We are sourcing funds left and right. We want to see how we can help the poor, how we can uplift the dignity of these poor, how we can uplift the dignity of the women, how we can uplift the dignity of the young. It's not easy. The resources will not be there. But sometimes when we are talking about resources, we think of what? Yes. We think of money. But money is not the only resource that we can think of. We are resources as we are here. We are the resources we are talking about. I've said, in the church is very rich. CWA is very rich. We have counselors here. We have those that work in the Ministry of Education and all that. We have those that are doctors, nurses. We have, when we go for outreach, for health outreach, there are nurses that have volunteered to do that. That's a resource, and it's always cherished. Because if you look at it, if you are to pay that person for that day, you will not be able to pay. Those are resources that we can volunteer to share all those giftedness that God has given us. The intelligence, the knowledge that we have, let's use it. Let's not leave it redundant. Let's be able to use it. So resources is not all about money. Money is secondary. We all have the manpower and the woman power to be able to do this work. Yes, the weight of mission can exhaust even the most dedicated leaders. Sometimes we are tired. You end up seeing in the group, as CWA, there are one and very persons that are always doing the work. It's like everything is left on this particular person. The person can be tired, can be burned out. Let's be able to see, I'm saying, collaboration. How can we work together? That's a challenge. But sometimes if you are not careful, you will not do what God has entrusted to you to do. You will not be able to carry out. If you look at it, the weight is on you alone. So let's be able to collaborate and work as women, to collaborate, to work together as a sodality. Resistance. Not everybody will understand or support the call to social action, and it happens. When we talk about charity, or we are going to the church to say we are mobilizing resources and all, some people are not there to react. Even in the sodality itself, you see some people that are always, they are always about. They don't want to come, to join hands, to be able to, let's work together to see that this mission, this important mission in the church is being carried out. We are not called to comfort, we are called to mission. If we are saying we are CWA, let's be able to work. Yeah, it's not a comfort zone. It's not a place where we just come. Yes, we can relax, we can socialize and all that, but let's be able to come out of that comfort zone and be able to reach out to the poor and vulnerable in the community. I'm going to the end. As just a summary, social responsibility is about discipleship. It's not politics. We know what politics is all about. It flows directly from the gospel and the church's three essential missions. I have said the mission is evangelization. Mission is liturgy. The mission is service, serving one another. Sometimes we forget about this charity that we need to do. The Catholic social teachings, which guides us in dignity, solidarity, preferential option for the poor, care for creation, and charity as identity. South Africa needs CWA to act. Poverty, GBV, youth hopelessnesses. If we don't have, we can't just sit and say we don't have what to do. Or we can't just sit the whole year and we just gather clothes and all what to go to an old age home and we say we have done charity. Let's be able to move out and see how we can empower, see how we can develop the community. Move from relief to transformation. I've said that. Use the See, Judge, Act, Evaluate model. At CWA, let's always try to use this model to be able to see, to be able to evaluate, to be able to act upon that. Let's not just do things as without organizing. As I say, charity needs to be organized for us to see that we are meeting the real needs of the people. Faith by itself, if it has no works, is dead. Pope Francis says a church without Caritas, a church without charity is not alive. It is dead. We can't just go and be praying, praising God, celebrating, but we are not able to go out to the community to reach out to the poor. CWA is not a decoration, as I said. It is a force for transformation. You are leaders, you influence families, parish decisions, and community culture. As we are going, let's take this reflection back to our dioceses and see how we can build up this social responsibility in the church. The church cannot neglect the services of charity any more than she can neglect the sacraments and the word. Let us go forward, seeing, judging, acting, and evaluating. In that way, we will say, yes, we are carrying out this social responsibility in the church. We are reaching out to the poor and vulnerable in the community. We have not closed our eyes to the cries of the poor. When they cry, let's be able to listen and see why are they crying. How can we wipe their tears? When one candle is lighted in the church, if the second candle is being lighted, it doesn't mean that the flame will reduce. Will the flame reduce? It won't. If the third is lighted, that is how the church will become brighter. And as we are helping these poor one after the other, we are bringing that light to them. We are uplifting them from that poverty. We are uplifting them to give them that dignity. Let's, as CWA, see how we can reach out to them. Thank you. Thank you.